Hello once again everybody, this Learn Some Drums lesson is for tomorrow by Silverchair. There's a guitar intro to start the song, and when the drums first come in, we're going to hit 4 crash cymbals, and that's going to kick us into our first beat. I'll show you how it goes. The beat that we're going to use for the rest of this verse is a 2-bar loop, and it's very similar to what we just played. Right before we hit the pre-chorus, we have this fill. That takes us into the pre-chorus. I'll play the first 4 bars slowly. I'll do the next 4 bars of the pre-chorus, 2 bars at a time slowly, and then I'll put that whole pre-chorus back together. And the last bit of the pre-chorus goes like this. I'll put that whole pre-chorus back together. In the 4th bar of that pre-chorus, we have 2 quick 30-second note kick drums. We're going to need that same technique for the choruses, so I'll explain it now. The way that I do it is I use the ball of my foot and the toes, and I kind of just roll my leg up to get 2 quick ones. I think if you wanted to practice it, you could do the quick roll, treat it like a drag maybe, and then straight onto the 2 snare drums like this. It is a challenging technique if you haven't done it before, but just be patient because it's definitely worth getting under your belt just so that you can use it in these great rock songs and also for gospel chops and that sort of stuff as well. After this pre-chorus, there's a short guitar break again, and then we have this big fill building back into the chorus. That fill is super powerful in the song, so grab it note for note if you can. It kicks us into our chorus, so now let me break down the chorus 2 bars at a time. The next 2 bars are very similar, just watch out for a couple of tricky crashes. Here's the next 2 bars continuing with a similar groove. These last two bars are the end of the chorus and they round out with the same fill that we used at the end of the pre-chorus. Here's that chorus all together. The song goes straight back into the verse and we're going to play just the same beat as we did in the first verse. Just keep an ear out because this verse is a little bit shorter and we have a fill leading into the pre-chorus once again, so I'll play that for you now. The pre-chorus is really similar this time. I think I can hear, instead of flams on the snare drum, sometimes both toms instead. So I'll just go through 4 bars of the pre-chorus just so you get the idea of what's going on. Then we're in the chorus again, but this time in the 4th bar of the phrase, we have those 16th note stops, hi-hats, snare drum, and kick drum all playing together in a rhythm that goes like this. I'll play it in context of the chorus now. Moving on, the end of this chorus is just a little bit different, so I'll play the last 4 bars for you before the guitar solo. You're welcome to disagree with me on that last fill I just played. When I listened really closely, I could definitely hear 2 different tom sounds, but if you wanted to just play it down the kit, I think that would definitely work as well. Moving on, we're in the guitar solo using pretty much the same beat as the chorus. There's just a couple of fills that we definitely need to look at with some big triplets around the toms. And then before we hit the final choruses, there's one more fill. Now we're up to the final choruses, which should be pretty easy if you've already got everything that we've done under wraps. We've got snare drum and floor tom in the first bar as one of the hits, and then at the end we've got those 16th note stops on the hi-hat, snare drum, and kick drum once again. We just loop that pattern over and over until we're ready to finish the song, and then there's this tiny little fill that goes like this. And there we go, that is Tomorrow by Silverchair, an excellent rock song with some great techniques in there that you should definitely work on if you don't already have them in your tool belt. All right, happy practicing everybody, and I will see you at the next lesson.